Hello everyone! This hour on Verbling, the next in my speaking skills series. This series of classes is all about helping you with your fluency. In today's class, we're going to be fluent in how to talk about achievements. In this lesson, you will learn the right way to talk about achievements, both recently and in the past. We'll read about the oldest primary school kid in the world, at least at the time. He's 85 years old, by the way. And by the end of the class, you should be able to use the present perfect, the simple past, and lots of key vocabulary to help you effectively talk about your achievements, and more importantly, know the right words that you should use. So, all of that and more coming up in just a moment. But first, let me just quickly get my name on the screen. And we will get started. There we go. And let's see. Who is over there? Is that Mr. Batty Louise? Mr. Batty, is that you? I see you, but I don't hear you. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, okay.
Yes, I can.
Good. Mr. Batty Louise in the hammock, is that you? Maybe we're having some connection problems with some people. Okay, we're off to a good start. Louise, can you hear me? Let's see if you can respond to a message in the chat window. Okay, while we're waiting for Batty, let's say hello to our esteemed regulars like Mr. Miko. Hello, Miko. How are you?
Hello, Mr. John Eric. How are you? Good morning.
Very good. Very good, very good. Sasha, nice to see you again. How are you, Sasha? Are we cool? Some people are having connection problems, it seems like. Van Ann, I think I heard you earlier. How are you, Van Ann?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. Is it noisy from my side?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm at a coffee shop. The connection at home is bad.
You got to try to use a headset with a microphone close to your mouth, and maybe that will help. Do you have something that can go like this, like a microphone that goes here?
No. I'm not using a headset. I'm using like the cord.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know. If you can, it will help, because those microphones pick up everything. Okay? So just keep it off when you're not speaking, and then turn it on when you're ready to speak, okay? And let's see if Mr. Batty Louise can hear me. Hello, Batty Louise. Hello, Batty, are you there? Hello? No, still no Batty. Okay. Hello, Virgilio. How are you, Virgilio?
Hello, Eric. How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Ooh, you're really loud today. You've got to step back from your microphone or turn it around. Turn it down just a touch. Louise, what is wrong? I cannot hear you. Okay, and Mr. Alberto, how are you today, Alberto?
Hi, teacher. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. So we've got a microphone check on everyone except Virgilio. You're really loud, and Batty, we can't hear you. So we're going to get started. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Okay. So hopefully we'll get this worked out soon. Mr. Generic, long time to see. I can hear everything. Okay. Okay, fine. Well, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. That's the problem. Okay, he's going to try to rejoin. All right. So look, let's get started. Let's take a look at this. Give me a second. There you go. Can everyone see that all right?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, there's Jose. Didn't even see you come in, Jose. If you want to open the material, you can open this right there, and you can take a look at it a little bit bigger. So, hey, Jose, tell me what's unusual about that picture.
Unusual about
Yeah,
that
this
picture.
is the class photo.
Yes, yes. I see an older man. I think he is taking a class or something like that. I think he is very old to take a class.
He does seem a little bit older than
Yeah.
his classmates. He does.
Yes.
Seem a little bit older. That's true. We're going to find out about this guy in just a moment, and I've got a few questions to ask you as well. You know what? Let me just quickly open my material because I was running a little late today, so I don't have my material open on my computer. So let me just do that first, and then we will get started. Give me just a second, because I got a few important questions to ask you. Let's see if everything's going to open today. Is my computer going to work? Yeah, there we go. So, give me just a second here. This is intermediate. Bear with me just a second, everyone. One moment. Before we read, I want to get you thinking about the topic a little bit. So, here we go. Hold on, everything's almost there. One moment. And, yeah, here we go. All right, I got everything open on my computer. Here's what I want to ask you. I want you to think of some interesting things you've done in your life or things that you'd like to do. And I'd like you to share one of those things. We're going to talk a little bit about achievements before we do anything else. So, let's see if Betty is your... Oh, and I turned off my screen sharing because today nothing is working properly. Give me a second, and I'll turn it back on. There we go. Okay. Betty, is your microphone working now? Mr. Betty Louise?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh!
everything's okay. Hey!
Where have you been? It's only been like 2 years.
Yeah, well, I was busy with university and now, like, working.
Oh
But
my
now I'm
God.
back.
Someone
Nice
gave
to
you a
see you.
job?
Yeah, with the
Oh,
government.
wow. With the government? Oh my God.
Well, I'm getting corrupt.
Are you inspecting hammocks? Is
Well,
that your
I
job? Are you
tried.
the official hammock inspector?
I applied for that job, but no, it turns out there was another guy who was like more into hammocks than me.
That
So
was me. I
I think
was
so.
the guy. I was the guy who applied for that.
Oh
Wow.
yeah?
Yeah. Wow. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Welcome back, Mr. Betty Louise.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. By the
You know
way,
what? I think the reason I started calling everyone Mr. was because you're the one who started that. Because you kept calling me Mr.
Mr.
Then I said,
Eric, yeah.
exactly. Now I call everyone Mr. Or Doctor. It depends. Well,
Where are you? Because it's 4 a.m. here.
it's 4 a.m. here. It's 10 a.m. here. I went to Italy, but I came back, and now I'm in Portugal again.
Okay.
So there you go. What are you doing awake at 4 a.m.?
It's your class, and I'm back to Berlin, so I had to go to your class.
I will tell Verbling to move me later, Batty.
No, and I'll go for a run-in later.
I will tell them that Batty is going to get up too early. He needs his sleep. Okay?
Yes,
I'll do my best. Hey, by the way, let's say hello to someone else. We have V. I didn't see V come in. Hello, V. That's a very nice cup of coffee.
Eric. Yeah, this
Wow.
is my first time in your class.
Excellent. And do you like espresso? Because you have a very nice cup of coffee there in your picture.
Yeah, actually, that is they called coffee. I don't remember the name, but when I went to Indonesia, they sold it. Yeah, and it was very expensive. It
Was it good?
way expensive in comparison with the things I usually drink at home. About $15 for one cup of coffee.
What do you mean 15 bucks? You mean 15 American bucks or
Yes, US dollars.
1.5
$1.5.
for one
Because-
cup of coffee?
Yeah, for that, yeah. For the picture, yeah. Exactly the picture I took.
I understand why you took a picture of it.
Yeah. But
Wow.
they say at least I got a picture, so that's why I posted as my profile photo to memorize it.
Excellent.
Unforgettable memory.
Excellent. Not memorize, but memorialize. Memorial. Yeah,
Yeah, memorialize.
like this. By the way,
Mhm.
if you see in the window a little W, like this with memorialize, I have a little system, which I always forget to tell people. W means we're talking about a word, and G means there's a grammar point, and M means that there is a mistake that I'm correcting you on, and there's another one. P is for pronunciation, and that's really about it. If there's some comment, I might put an N, which means that I'm going to make a note. So that's what I wanted to say about that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Memorialize. Yeah, I will memorialize that.
Very good. Okay, so now I have a question for everyone. Here's my question. I forgot what I asked because I got so distracted by Batty and V, I just lost my place. What was I saying to you? I was saying, yeah, think of an interesting thing you've done or something that you'd like to do and share it with the class. Let's talk a little bit about achievements. Natasha, why don't you start us off? Can you tell us about an achievement you've done or something that you're hoping to do in the future? I think it's Natasha. Yeah, it is Natasha. Hello, Natasha. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, it's good to see you. Okay, if I understood you correctly, I have to say about my achievements. Yes, my personality. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I'd like you to.
Okay. I would like to talk about such my personality achievement, my PhD. I think that it's my I don't know. I think that it's very important for me and for my future because it gives me a lot of opportunities, improve my state. I mean, improve to find more interesting and well-earned job for me.
Let me just interrupt for just a second. So is this something that you did or that you're planning to do?
No. I have PhD now, and
okay.
yeah.
In what?
And, I am a doctor.
In what?
Sorry.
In what? PhD in what?
I said that I am a doctor. I have had a PhD like a hygienist.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes. It's like public health in your country.
Got it.
So yes, so I would like to improve my job. I mean that I was developed my professional skills and knowledge more and more, and I think that I can do it.
Good, very good, very good. I want to go around the room and see some other achievements as well. So we've got one PhD that you should be teaching the class. You're more qualified than I am, Natasha. What about you, Mikko? What do you think is a good achievement or one that you're working on? And don't say the Tour de France.
No, I think that for me the most important challenge that I have in my life, and I try to do every day, is to be a good father.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very
I
good.
think that maybe could be the most difficult thing. You can try to have some good education for you and to have a good job, but I think that is too
I think
education could be the most difficult thing in
education. What do you mean by
no,
education?
no, it's not English. In English, it's not education. I mean
It's not.
the way that you
But upbringing.
yeah yeah
Like this. Because in Latin languages, when you say
yes,
education,
sorry, I was
that's
saying,
an right. So upbringing or
or,
raising, like this, raising your child like this.
yeah. Upbringing. Okay. So
You can say both.
try to not repeat the same mistake that you made in your personal life, no, with your with your children.
Oh, wow. I would say I'm not going to give you advice because I don't know anything about it. But I know if it were me, I would just say one thing. Rather than try to be a good parent, I would try to not be a bad parent.
It's enough.
Because if I look back, I think that's well, I won't go into my personal life, but I think trying to not be a bad parent is a much better thing. That's just thinking from my own experience. Because what is a good parent? It's very hard to define. Very, very hard to define.
Yeah.
But
That's
very
it.
good.
Yeah.
And how will you know when you've achieved this, Mika? How will you know? Your
I think
kid
that
will be
maybe the
present.
most important thing is to see that your children are happy. Happiness could be the most important thing to know that you are in the right way.
The Mayo Clinic has just released a book on happiness. Are you familiar with the Mayo Clinic? The people that brought you the cure to polio?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know them?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Look it up if you're interested in happiness. They have a book on the science of happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not some voodoo either. I mean, it's real research from years of study and different cultures. So it's hard to define happiness, but they apparently have a code, not a code, a system that they've worked out over, I don't know, 20, 30 years of research. So anyway, they published it in a book.
Okay.
To help you know when your kid is happy, you can read that book. That's my advice to you. It's not advice, just a suggestion.
Okay. Good advice.
And Van En, what about you? Do you have an achievement or something that you're hoping to achieve? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry for the noise, first of all. Okay, so I think my recent achievement must be I got 85% scholarship to get into undergraduate school for my master program. Yeah.
And where is that? In Vietnam?
Yeah. No, it's in Singapore.
In Singapore. Very good. Very good.
So that's why I need to brush up on my English as soon as possible because I'm going to Singapore next month.
Ah, okay, very good. So, who gives scholarships for undergraduate study?
Yeah,
that's pretty unusual.
Yeah, that's the school. The school only. Yeah, they give scholarship. Like I have to pass like 3 interviews, and first of all I have to pass like more than 80% of a paper test, and then I got into the second round, which was an interview. Yeah,
Excellent.
and after the interview, I got the third round, which was also an interview. Yeah, but it was with the dean of my what do you call? Like my major will be marketing, so he was the dean of marketing department.
So, was it luck?
Yeah, I think so. Most of it, like I mean, I was very lucky to get that scholarship.
I mean, but was it luck that the dean of marketing was someone who was there in your interview?
No, it's
what-
not the luck. But
Oh,
it
it's
was like the policy that after the second round of interview, you had interview with some staff of the school, and then when you
Oh,
got to
okay.
the third round, yeah, you had to have an interview with the dean of
Okay.
the department you be studying in.
Got it, got it. Okay, I thought it was just a coincidence, and you just happened to have the interview with a guy who could get you in. Okay, I see. Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
as we're talking about achievements, we're going to do a little bit of reading, but I want you to think about the vocabulary too. So, I've got a few words for you in the second exercise, and what I want you to do is to expand your knowledge of these basic words that are very important to talk about this topic. So I did one for you. Look in the first one. The noun version of achieve is achievement. So achieve is a verb because you can say to achieve. Mr. Batty Louise, look at number 2. What's the opposite of fail?
Achieve.
No, look at number 2. Exercise 2, number 2. The opposite of fail. Got to use a different word. Not achieve, but I can fail an exam, or I can. What's the opposite?
Pass it.
Exactly. Pass. By the way, what is fail? A noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb? What is it? What do you think it is?
It is a verb.
It is a verb. And what do you think the noun form of fail would be? For example, I failed my test. I am a complete what?
Failure.
Failure. I say that every morning when I look in the mirror. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Mr. Jose, look at number 3, exercise 2, number 3, the opposite of keep trying. What would be a good way to express the opposite of keep trying? Mr. Jose? Going once? Going twice? I don't hear Jose. Virgilio, what would you say is the opposite of keep trying?
Hi, Eric. I hope you can hear me well.
You're very loud, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Giving up?
Very good. Giving up. Do you know what we call it when we've got two parts to a word, like keep trying? Or giving up is a slightly different thing, but similar. Like give up, or get on, or put through. Do you know what we call those? The name of those? Yeah?
Don't know.
Say again? You just said it.
Phrasal verbs?
Exactly. So these are phrasal verbs. Not keep trying, but give up. Give up is a phrasal verb, which means a verb plus a preposition. Whoops. Position. And you can see it in give up, because give is the verb and up is a preposition. We might find some more. These are very important for everyday normal speech, talking about everyday things. Okay, Mr. Sasha, number 4, what's the noun of succeed? What would you say? Look at exercise 2, number 4, the noun version of to succeed.
Can't remember.
Uh-oh. What about the adjective form of succeed?
Successful.
Successful. So, if you take away the full, guess what you get? Just take off the full and you get the noun, Sasha.
Success. Oh.
Success. Success, exactly. So number 4 is success. Number 5 is successful. And the reason we're doing that is for all of you to start to see the pattern, right? Adjectives can have a full, like careful, successful. To succeed, success. Just to start to show you different forms of the words, and then you can start to guess about those when we see new words later on in the article. Let's see, who have I not got to? V, Ms. V. Number 6, a verb meaning to be able to do something difficult. Can you guess the verb? To be able to do.
Yeah, is that afford?
Say again?
Afford. And I know a phrasal verb.
Doesn't have to be a phrasal verb. Doesn't have to. If you know one, great, but it doesn't have to be a phrasal verb.
Yeah, is that pull off?
To pull off. Good. That is correct. So pull off is a good phrasal verb, and a non-phrasal verb might be what?
I have no idea, but I think is that afford?
Say the word, or write the word for me. Afford. Not afford, because afford means there's a cost. And this has nothing to do with losing or spending anything. Class, help her out. What's another way to say be able to do something or to pull something off in a simple way?
Sort of.
I think it is. Is that overcome?
Overcome would be do something really, oh yeah, okay, overcome, do something difficult. Yeah, okay, actually that's good. That's not the word I was thinking of.
Struggle.
I was thinking of, yeah? Say again?
Struggle.
Struggle to do.
Or strive.
Strive. Ooh, that's very literary. Strive.
I managed something.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of. Manage to do. Struggle to do. These are all good, actually. Strive sounds a little bit literary, a little poetic. Like I strive to overcome slavery. Struggle also. But manage to do is a nice everyday word, and overcome, actually, that fits because it was something difficult. I'll put all of those in the chat window for you to think about. Let's talk about someone else's amazing achievement right now. Go to the beginning of this article. It's short. Let's find about Mr. Kimani Ngana. Oh my God, I hope I'm saying his name right. The world's oldest primary pupil arrives in New York. There's his picture, and let's find out a little bit about him and his achievements, and then you are going to use some of that vocabulary, right, to talk more in detail about your achievements. So, let's start from, let's see, Mr. Alberto. Can you take the first paragraph for us? Actually, maybe the first and second. They're really short.
Okay. Kimani Ninjan from Kenya, age 85, is the world's oldest primary school pupil. He has arrived in New York this week to speak at the United Nations about the importance of free primary education. Continue?
Yeah, one more. It's short. Keep going.
Kimani started at primary school last year when the Kenyan government introduced free primary education. He didn't go to school as a child because his family couldn't pay the fees.
Okay, very good. And just repeat this word in the chat window for me, Alberto. Can you see what I wrote?
Pupil.
Almost. Almost. You got the first part right because that J in the International Phonetic Alphabet, it's not really a J, it's a Y. So you got the first part right. P-U. Good.
P-U.
But the second part, good. The second part, careful with the L. Pupil. Pupil.
Pupil.
Good.
Pupil.
So, that's it. That's it. If you speak quickly, it sounds like that. Pupil. I wrote pill, but it's not really pill, it's pull. Just like the word push and pull. It's kind of like that, pull. Okay, Mr. Betty Louise, can you take the next paragraph on the right side? A successful student.
Okay, Kimani is a successful student. He's only in the second year, but he has achieved a lot since he started. He has managed to become head boy of the school this year. He gives help and advice to the teachers and other pupils in the school. The head teacher is very pleased with Kimani's achievement. when Kimani started school, he couldn't hold a pen. Now he has learned to write a few words in Swahili.
Swahili, very good. By the way, just repeat this word in the chat window. Do you see what I wrote?
Year.
One more time?
Year.
It doesn't say jeer. It says, careful of the j sound. Year.
Year.
That's it. That's it. It's really easy to put the j, right? It's really easy to put it there, but you got to catch yourself. So,
Okay.
I wrote the J in IPA symbols, not English. Those are International Phonetic Alphabet symbols, and the J stands for the sound Y, like yellow. So it's Y, I, put together, year, year. Okay?
Okay.
Just to be aware, the pronunciation of Swahili was perfect. Swahili and Kikuyu. Languages, a second language I've never heard of in my life. Mr. Jose, could you take the third part down there at the bottom? Swahili and Kikuyu.
A successful student.
No, down at the bottom there. Start at the bottom. The Swahili at the bottom there. See the beginning of the next paragraph on the bottom right. See where we are?
The bottom right. Bottom right.
The Swahili.
Kimani? No.
No, down one paragraph. Go down.
Down.
The Swahili and Kikuyu languages.
Sorry, I don't see this.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. We'll come back to you. Miko, can you take the next paragraph? The Swahili.
The Swahili and Kikuyu languages and maths are Kimani's favorite subjects, and he also enjoys science.
Oh, okay.
Now you see where we are. Go ahead, Miko.
He says English is very difficult, but he will keep trying. He says he has learned a lot from the other pupils.
Good,
pupils. They teach me games, he says, and I tell them stories of the colonial days. Of the colonial days.
I guess he remembers the colonial days. How old is he? Did they say the age? They didn't say the age, did they?
At the beginning of 19th century, could be. No,
yeah. But did they say his age? Yeah, he's 85 years old. Yeah.
So, yeah.
85. 85 years young. Okay. Jose.
Yes. It's never too late. Kenya used to be a British colony, and in the 1950s, Kimani fought for independence with the Manu Mau rebels. He wants to learn math to count his compensation money. He says he also wants to learn to read the Bible. You are never too old to learn, he told reporters.
Excellent. And just repeat this word for me.
Okay.
Pronunciation. Take a look.
What word, John? 50.
Perfect, because you said 50 the first time.
Okay.
50. You got it. Excellent.
When I read only this word, I try to fix it in this word. When I read quickly.
Yes. It's hard to catch yourself doing it.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent job. Okay. And let's go to, how about Natasha for the next one? I think it's the last one, actually. Go ahead.
Okay. It's a record. Recently...
Oh.
No?
It's not a record.
What?
It's a record.
Oh, record. Oh, okay. It's a record. Recently, Kimani has achieved a place in the Guinness Book of Records as the world's oldest primary school pupil. He has 30 great-grandchildren. 2 of them are in the same school as him, but they are in highest years.
In higher years.
In higher years.
That's it. Okay, and you can take a look again at that first word in the chat window. Look at the chat window. That's it. So when you see that little apostrophe before the R, it tells you that that is the stressed syllable. Record.
Record. Okay.
If it was a verb, to record, we'd have to switch it to the second syllable. Okay? But it's not a verb. It's a noun.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there's another one I didn't even realize. Let's go to Mr. Sasha for the last paragraph. See where we are? The top left.
Yes. Kimani waited a long time for his first day at school, but he never gave up, and finally he succeeded. He wants to tell world leaders that all children should be able to go to school. To me, freedom means going to school and learning, he told reporters. But he has other plans for his visit to New York, too. I would also like to marry a rich American woman, he said. We wish him every success.
You know, at 85, why not?
Yeah, sure.
It's got to happen at some point, right? Why not? Why not? So I have a few questions for you. Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, let's go back here for a second. So let's take a look. You've got some vocabulary on those pages where I wrote these dictionary entries. So I picked out a few words to help you. Some of this we already talked about, but I've given you a few definitions and some other forms of words, like you can see succeed, success, successful. Basically what we talked about already. But let's go here. It says to write a second sentence with the same meaning using the word in blue. Sorry, you can't see the colors because I put this in black and white, but I'll tell you what the word in blue is, and you don't have to write the sentence. You have to just say the sentence. So let's see if we can use some of these key words. The word in blue is managed, number 1. Take a look at exercise 3, number 1. He succeeded in getting a place. If I used manage, I would rewrite that to say he managed to get a place in the school. He managed to get a place. Okay? So I'm going to give you the first word. You see if you can complete the sentence to have the same meaning. Okay? Let's give it a try. So, Van. The word is succeeded, and the sentence you have to reconstruct is he managed to pass his exams.
Yeah, so he succeeded in passing his exams.
Except you got to say that first C as if it's a K. So you hang on just a second. Give me just a second here. Look at the transcription because I think it's really good to see it written in phonetics. So look at the chat window.
Succeeded.
That's it.
Succeeded. Yeah.
Right. So the first C is like a K. Succeeded. Excellent. Okay.
Succeeded.
Perfect. And V, the word is gave up. The sentence is he kept trying.
Yeah. He never gave up.
He never gave up until he succeeded in getting his place, and now he's graduated primary school. Very good. And Alberto, the word is achievements, plural. Teachers are pleased with what he's achieved. Teachers are pleased with what he's achieved. So you have to change that to match achievements. Want to try it, Alberto?
Yeah. Teachers places.
I'll give you a hint. Get rid of the what. You don't need the what in that sentence. Change it from what he's achieved, which is a verb, to achievements, which is a noun. In fact, the sentence is going to be much simpler.
His teachers are very pleased with his achievements.
That's it. That's it. So in fact, it makes the sentence much simpler, getting rid of that what. Teachers are pleased with his achievements. Okay. The last one down there, Mr. Betty Louise, is successful. The sentence is he has succeeded in learning to write. Can you change that sentence with successful?
Okay. He has been successful at learning to write.
At learning to write?
In?
In learning to write is correct.
Okay.
He's been successful in learning to write. I can't give you a rule. You just have to trust me. It's in. I guess successful at. I suppose successful at marketing, successful in marketing. I guess, yeah, you know what? It doesn't really sound that wrong to say at. So I'm not really sure if I can give you a rule. But anyway, it's successful in learning.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I can give you some kind of rule or a better example. Anyway, for now we'll just go with it. That's the way it is.
Okay. Yeah.
If I can think of a better example, I will. Now, take a look at the photo. Here, the next part. Take a look at the photo, which I'll put back on the screen. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We did that in the beginning. Never mind. Sorry. I want to make sure that you understand the text. So, tell me, Kimani's parents, look at exercise 6. Kimani's parents wanted him to go to school. The answer is true. What I'd like you to do is to try to go back to the text and tell me why it's true, or tell me why it's false. If you're able to remember, or if you can quickly skim back to that part. So, for example, here, it's true, and if you remember anything about it, that would be great. So, does anyone remember why it's true, or does anyone remember an interesting fact connected to that? His parents wanted him to go to school.
Because they couldn't pay the fees. So
exactly. Good. But they couldn't pay the fees. Exactly. Excellent. So if you know the answers, just shout them out. Number 2, Kimani couldn't write before he started school. True or false?
True.
Are you sure?
I read he couldn't hold a pen.
Exactly. Not only could he not write, but he couldn't even hold a pen. He had never done it before.
Yes.
Fantastic. So the answer is, it's true. He couldn't write. Number 3, if you know it, shout it out. Kimani teaches the children games.
False.
False.
Yeah,
Tell me more.
false.
Tell me more.
Because the children teach Kimani games, and he told the story about colonial.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's got all that life experience. So he shares these stories about the past, and they teach him games so that he's learning the different skills or whatever. I assume it's like that. Or maybe they're just having fun. Number 4, he has learnt to read the Bible. True or false?
False.
Because?
He wants to. He hasn't learned it yet.
He wants to do it. It's one of his many achievements coming up in the future. Number 5, there are no primary students in the world older than Kimani, according to the article.
True.
True. Because?
That's why he was recorded in the record.
Not recorded. Not recorded. That's why he won. He won.
He won?
He won, W-O-N, he won the record.
Yeah.
Not he was recorded.
Contract. Yeah.
Exactly, right. So he not recorded. I know what you're trying to say. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. But we wouldn't express that he's recorded the book. We'd say he won the record.
Yeah,
like this. Very good, very good, very good. And take a look at this. He has married a rich woman. He said a rich American woman.
Is false. He would like to get married, no?
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah, because
he would like.
No, but this article is not new. It's not new. It was published some weeks ago, and I think that is a very clever guy. So he achieved to marry a rich woman.
It's true.
It's enough time.
He married Hillary Clinton yesterday. A rich white woman. A rich American woman. He didn't say white woman. He said American woman. That's actually what it was. according to the art, actually, he's probably no longer with us, because you're right. This was written a while ago, and he wasn't a young man at the time. But if you Google for him, you can read about him. There's lots of pictures of him in the school, and I think there was a movie made because I saw an actor playing him. I just saw pictures of it. I don't know the name of the film. So, but that would be funny if he married Hillary Clinton. Maybe he could be the vice president. Take a look at these questions. Why? So this is just your opinion now. Why was Kimani invited to speak in New York? Ooh, that one requires more than a yes, no, true, or false answer. Did anyone catch that? Why was he invited to speak in New York?
Hillary Clinton invited him to speak.
Exactly. But why did he do it? What was the reason that he gave?
To achieve the votes of the old people.
To achieve the votes? To get the votes. To get the votes.
Yes, because Hillary Clinton want to get the vote from him.
Not exactly. He did talk about it, though. What does he believe in? He said that he believes in something very specific.
The importance of free primary education.
The importance of free primary education. What do you think about that idea? The importance of free primary education.
It is, however old you are, you can go to school as long as you want to.
And is that the case around the world?
I think he is supportive to that, and that is the reason he went to the UN to talk about that.
You know, the UN invites people who have special experience to come in and address them, to give a different perspective. So he was one of these invited speakers. You can go to YouTube and you can see these UN talks. A lot of times they're really fascinating because there's no one, they're not all politically correct speeches. I mean, people are very direct, and just, you know, they're trying to make an impression on world leaders or delegates. I think there's a subtext. You tell me if you agree. I think there's a subtext. When I say subtext, I mean something more important below the surface. Subtext, like this. Something more important than the words that he's using. He's trying to say that at 85 years old, he didn't need to go to school. He was probably doing it to make a point, to make a political point. And he's trying to say that education is a right, like water is a right. I think that's what he's getting at. I'm just curious what you think about that. I mean, we talked about upbringing and raising a kid, but what about actual education, going to school? Do you think it's a right, class, or do you think it's a privilege? And also, in reality, is it a right or privilege, besides what you think? Because I think that's what Kimani is trying to address. I don't have the exact, you know, transcript of what he said, but I would just guess from the article that that's what he's getting at. I think the whole reason he went to school was as much a political, you know, in a good sense, a political maneuver, as it was a personal achievement. I think he wanted to show the world how important this is. So just on that point, and we've got Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Ooh, very good. I'd like to ask you about that question. Do you think that education should be a fundamental right, just like air and water? What do you think, class?
Of course.
Of course. Stupid question. Do you think it is a fundamental right?
For me, yes. And last day I was watching one video, a TED Talk, speaking about violence, and violence especially in poverty. And he said that the best way to fight against power or violence is using free education. Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't remember the name of this guy, but I can find it and send you a message if you want.
Yeah, be interesting.
Yeah.
So the follow-up question is just, I guess we all think it should be a fundamental right, but do we think it is in reality a fundamental right? My answer to that as an American is no, it's not, because there's a huge, huge movement to privatize education, and it's going, it's it started with universities. In the UK, universities were free. Now they're really expensive. When I was a kid, you went in the UK. I didn't go to I did grow up in the UK, but I remember thinking, why do I have to be in debt $100,000 when someone in London can be paid to go to a university? Well, by the time I was in high school, that ended, and it was no longer free. It was almost as expensive as the United States. Now, if you have $100,000 debt, that's normal. That's pretty normal in the United States. And then you've got these new things where high schools are privatized. That's another new trend. So it makes me think, yes, the Basque Country is waiting for me. The problem with the Basque Country is that I'm not officially European yet, and I don't know if they're going to want me, but I'm going to try. I am still waiting to get my European citizenship, so I don't know if they want an American, but we'll see. I'll ask them. Well, listen, class. I want you to talk about your achievements. So I want you to use some of those keywords we learned before. Now, by the way, there's a little exercise here which you're welcome to try on your own. I don't want to focus on grammar today, but you can try this on your own. I'll be happy to put the answers at the end of the document later today. But what I want you to do is I want you to go back to these dictionary words that we looked at earlier on slide 4 and on slide 3. I think that's it. Yeah, slide 4 and slide 3. And I'd like you to use, let's say, no less than 3 of these words to talk about what you're trying to achieve. I want you to focus on the future now. I want you to talk about what you're trying to achieve. Just like he's trying to achieve the goal of marrying a successful American woman, good goal, or maybe he's trying to achieve the goal of spreading the word about the importance of free education, right? He had to go through 85 years of not having an education until the laws changed or whatever. So I want you to talk about what you would like to achieve. Refer to these and try to use no less than 3 words, okay? 3 of these. So, let's see. Mr. Batty Louise, why don't you start us off? I want you to pick the words first. Tell me what 3 words you're going to try to use proactively in that list.
Sorry, the words what?
I want you to tell me 3 words on slides 3 and 4 that you're going to try to use to talk about your achievement. Here
okay.
And here.
Successful, achieve, and manage.
Successful, achieve, and manage. Excellent. So we're going to hold you to this. You're going to try to use these in a successful, well-managed, achieving way. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Those are your words? Go for it.
Okay. So, okay. Well, my mom has a hair business, right?
Right.
So, what I want to do is like to take her business to a successful business, you know. In order to achieve that, I have like to think about some strategies and manage to make some changes, like because she's like old-fashioned woman, so everything is like how can I say, like you have now social media and other stuff like you can work on, but she's still like you know, like always to make publicity and stuff. So yeah, so I want to help her with all of that, like financial health, help like advices and in marketing stuff as well. So that's it. I used the 3 words. Yeah.
You did. Take a look. I got one piece of feedback. Take a look at the chat window. Take a look at the chat window. The last thing I wrote.
Okay. To turn her business into a more success business.
Oh, sorry, I should say successful.
Successful business.
Sorry. So not to take her business to a success, but to turn. I think would sound better. Instead of to take her business. Originally, you said, "I want to take her business to a successful." That's what I heard you say. I want to take.
Yeah, I say that.
So I want to turn her business into a more successful business. I want to turn it into a success. You could say it like that. To turn into a success. Guess what?
What about make it?
I want to make it a success. Absolutely. Make it a success. Yeah, it works too. Maybe. No, it's okay. Yeah, either way. Here's your first chance to make it a success, Patty Louise. What is the business? So that we can become the consumers. We can become your customers. What is it?
That's nice. A good opportunity to make business.
What is it? What's the business?
It's the touristic and cultural store. So it's like organization of events with cultural decoration and stuff. Also like selling handcraft. They're like pretty famous here in Colombia.
Very good. So it's a store. It's a store. Okay. So it's selling like traditional things.
Yeah.
And
also, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Come in next time with the link, and we'll all go to the website. Get the website.
Sure.
And we'll all.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And I will force everyone to buy something, or they won't be allowed back into class. Okay. Fantastic. Listen, let's do this, everyone, because we're at the end of the hour, but we're not done yet. I want you to do this, but I'd like you maybe to do it as a writing, because we're a little bit out of time. You're welcome then to send it to me in the chat window, and I'll correct it and send it back. Also, you can present it in the next class. 2 opportunities for this. Thursday at 11 GMT, when I do Grammar Garage, where I'm going to pick up some grammar from today and we're going to develop it. So you could do it there, or you could do it next Tuesday. So if you want to do it as a presentation, the way Patty Louise did it, you got 2 opportunities. Otherwise, I want you to share by writing it, send it to me in the message window, and I'll send it back to you corrected. Okay? So you will get a chance to work on this. I've got to stop here, but I'll be back in 30 seconds to go on to Fluency Fundamentals. This is our vocabulary class where you learn the basic vocabulary in an important topic, and today's topic is, I can't remember. I have no idea, so I can't tell you what it is, but it'll be there in 30 seconds. Did anyone see what it is? I'll tell you in a second. It's Fluency Fundamentals on, I can't believe it, I'm blanking on what it is. You know what? Check it out in 30 seconds and you'll see. Okay, send me your texts, I'll correct them, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, everyone. See you in a moment. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.